Productions. Let's start this thing.
There we go, that should be better, right? I wouldn't mind, right? I've got, like, all this on my screen. When I was muted... Yeah, it's kind of a... You know, a big red sign. Your mic's not on. Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, so... I can just hide that away again. Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment that I wasn't in Kyber 1. I felt like I got close last season once or twice, but just fell away each time. So ideally I'll get close again. But I think we've got a toughie this round. Let's bring up One Punch Man. Can I actually use that screen I've been using? Oop, not that button apparently. There we go, that's the button. Alright, so One Punch Man. They're the guild ninja, which I feel I should have heard of, but I don't recall it. We got GP advantage, which is nice. I mean, it says 14 mil there. I'm fairly certain if I click on my own name, I'm not there yet. I think I'm 13.9. Yeah, 13.992, so closer, but not over the line yet. Just one check. Oh, rank 16. Fair enough. I thought I would have dropped to the Soka by now. Oh, hang on. I've just realised you guys can't see there, can you? Alright, so, yeah, we're 13.9. Zetas, we got a lead. Ommis, we got a lead. Both of those I like in terms of just the general things to be good and be ahead on. They've got mod advantage. That one sucks a bit. Yeah, they got quite a healthy lead on the 20 pluses. A very healthy lead on the 15 pluses. Not the biggest on the 25s, but still a lead. I've got decent numbers on the 6% offense, 4% offense. Not big leads, but still a lead. We've got more relics. They've got 2 relic 10s to my nil. I've got 30 relic 9s to their 25, but they've got 45 relic 8s to my 23. Yeah, this is going to be a rough one when you look at stuff like that. Decrons, I've got 300 more rerolls than them, give or take, so yeah. There are the relic 10s, Lord Vader and Ahsoka. Okay. Also, I have got my GLs in order as far as everything's R8 minimum now, so one small thing. Got Balin R8, Bo R8, obviously Cat R9, Bane's R9. I would like push my own Bane up a little bit, but it's just not a priority right now. We've both got Relic 7 Ezra. They've got Relic 8 Malgus, although ideally I'd have mine a bit bigger. R5 Jar Jar. They've got the R8 Dre. Again, that's one I want push up. Same with Starkiller. I want to get my Starkiller a bit beefier. Same with Malicos. Yeah, a few interesting ones. Alright. So let's just pop this here. Let's go back to where we were. There we go. Let's see what they've placed. So they have full cleared. Oh, wow, okay. Three attempts to take down the Stranger. Okay. Considering my Stranger's Relic 3, I'm taking a big, massive plus out of that. Plus only a 4-star hate-fueled Maul. Lord Vader got a hold as well, which is very nice. We've got Rey, no holds, and Ahsoka, no holds. Fair enough. South Wall, oh wow. Finn got 3. Wow, I am amazed at that. I'll take it, but I was not expecting drops on Finn. They got 1 drop on Mace again. Wow. Saw and not hate fueled. Jules and Vader. They got no holds between them. All right, the rear wall. All right, it was silly doing it, but I thought I'm going to try an Atbar team. My Stormtrooper Luke's not ready for it, but I was like, screw it. I just want to see how it gets on. We got Trench there and a Boba FDC team, so maybe that one's a bit foolish as well, but I honestly just want to goof around with that. I actually want to see what it's like when it's in line with the others. All right, Fleet. Wow, Endurance got 2 holds as well. I mean, I saw this guy score and I thought he must have dropped some, but I didn't think it'd be these kind of drops. Yeah, Malevolence, Executor no holds, but Endurance for the win there. All right. So let's see what they've placed. Maybe there's a reason they've dropped so much. So Pirate King Hondo, Maz Kanata. We've got Ahsoka with Fulcrum no Ezra. And we've got Queen Amidala with Shaq and Echo. We can check crons as we go along. We've got Slacker. Wow, Slacker on defense. Rey with Ben and Ezra. That could be a bit rough. I think we're going to have to layer that. Jabba and Lord Vader. Okay. Tasty front walls. Oh, let's move the cam. There we go. All right, so I feel like the most obvious thing I've got to do is layer on Rey. I'll sort the crons out in a sec, but for now I just need to kind of work out where I'm going. What is this cron on Lord Vader? Attacker, damage on debuffs, attacker level 6, armor pen. You see, the silly idiot in me would love to try Maz for the first time now that I've got her armor cron. But I can't help but think we don't want to take a chance on it, do we? The clones are R8. I'm going to have a think on that one. Jab, jab. It's a support cron. Speed up on basic health and protection stats. I know I shouldn't, but I really want to try Afra. My hope is that Afra, even without a decent FDC, could still roll this. Where is she? Yeah, definitely when my concern kicks in. Oh, I see what's happened to it. It's put them two up there. Alright, that makes more sense. IG-90 and Empire Vader. And from there, let's do... What? I'll come back to that in a second. I'm going to just pencil it in. If it turns out, all right, maybe it's a risk, we can always switch to something else. It's good to know about the FTC. I've heard people trying with, but I haven't either heard about without. Black is an odd one. I have not seen it on defense. You've seen people use B2? Okay, that could be an option. Oh, saying that, I've just realised I did use Afra in TW the other day. It wasn't clean. It ended up being... I think it ended up with just Trip and Vader left, but they were able to clean up because they couldn't kill Trip. Well, they could have killed Trip, but they kept going for Vader. It was a weird one. I might have some lags with GAC involved. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Slacker. I haven't seen Slacker on defense in so long. I mean, I'm glad about it. Last time he was on defense, it was the Dracron, I think. Feels awkward that Bane is the most common counter. JMK could be a solid choice, though. We'll do Hondo on Love Vader. I'm tempted to do Slacker on Hondo, but equally, unless I'm mistaken, they haven't nerfed the 501st team, have they, in terms of that level 15 for Rack? I know they were talking about getting rid of the interaction with Sana, but I never heard them mention they got rid of it for gas. I mean, that's over a month ago now. Well, this is me still penciling things in, but I feel like I'm in an okay spot. I mean, that's support. Okay. I'm glad I kind of veered away from that then. Let's go for Slacker then. That's still a fair chunk left over. We've got C Bane, Queen, Freya, Malgus. You know, that's just top row, pretty much. So yeah, I think we're okay in terms of what we got. Let's just sort the crons out, what we're going to use. So, Bad Batch, I did get a cron for that, although I don't recall having it ready for Crosshair by the time we locked in. Even then, they're only Relic 5 anyway. DG, switch that back to Relic 5, please. Having it Relic 6 is a pain. Leia, get rid of that. We want Light Side and Thermiter, ideally. Okay, flip this. We go Dark Side. Ideally, we got a Vadercron. Got 2 Attacker-crons, I think. Yeah, so let's spare one here. Kenobi. Attacker. Oh crap! I'm gonna Attacker-cron. Maybe I could apply that. It's nothing crazy, but it's got the level 3 I'd want, which is bulk. Right, apply the Dooku-cron there. Assault by protection. Apply that. We'll go for that cron when it comes to Great Mothers. And we got one for Omega. Yeah, we're all sorted. Alright. So I think we try Jabba first. Let's just see how it goes. They dropped quite a few, so I don't know if they were experimenting like I'm thinking of doing here, so maybe we're both going to have a bit of an in because of it. Right, so again, I feel like that's kind of helpful, you know. This time each ally is defeated, Darth Vader dispels all debuffs, resets cooldown, so yeah. As long as we don't die to an AoE, we've got a chance of keeping going, essentially. Okay, so let's do that. Gets resisted, but okay, we're not blind, so I'm just going to do that. Bring in the droid. Just basics that the droid taunts. Might as well go merciless. Can I go over there? Cheers. Yeah, feel free to keep going for Vader. Alright, I don't particularly want Afra getting that. Okay, IG going is a bit rough. Oof. Okay. Mark. Armor shred, please. Burn, baby, burn. Boba, take a nap, pal. Take the hint. Come on, get rid of Boba. Right, suck it up. Ooh, okay. 70 banners. Definitely file that under messy. I'm going to bank this just before the game doesn't register it, but I look at that and I think that could have gone wrong 3 or 4 different ways. I mean, as soon as he started targeting Aphra when Vader was in the red, I'm like, please don't take her out before she gets a turn. So, yeah, that definitely could have gone wrong if the AI was just a touch smarter. But equally, it was a bit thick. It focused on Vader when really it should have focused on Aphra, and we got through. So, I mean, maybe file that under good for an emergency rather than good for a first choice. All right, next up, let's go JMK. Yeah, JMK. Well, I'll put into it. Alright, let's go! Attack-a-cron, damage on debuffs, armor pen crit damage. Yeah, no point doing that straight away, we might as well just leap. Pass that to JMK. Pop that on Kitty Cat. Some nice damage there. Granted, it's R5 cost, but still, very nice damage. Put that on Nips. I'm going to say Fost can't die, I take it. Well, might as well stall a minute. Okay, they've got the ult. Right, 1 down. 2 down. 3 down. Can't understand why you would put Kylo Ren in that team for what it's worth. Yeah, that does not make any sense to me. $63. Would have liked better banners, but it's a win. Alright, nice and straightforward here. Okay. Attack-a-cron, turn meter health. Barris-cron, healer 6, bulk 3, protection health. Okay, roll the logs. Also, healing immunity sucks. I say, hit those staggers. Okay. I did really want to go for Ezra early, but felt like I needed to do something to try and get Zarus under control. Ugh, okay. Pop that on Jim, please. Oh. Yuck. Let's hit Ray a minute. Or for a few minutes. Alright, we're still standing. There are better days, but we're still standing. You know what? I'm just gonna ult. There we go. That's equalized us. Okay, that's one down. Let's give that to R2. That's two. That puts DI on us. Can't remember if we can get rid of the healing immunity now. Ugh, just don't like that on Adrat. I mean, I don't like the fact that we're so low altogether, but yeah. Just put that on Jin. Okay, that's at best okay. Ugh. Man, oh man. This is a super toxic Ray team, it's gotta be sad. Like, you're juggling so many different problems that you kind of forget about another one. Okay. Let's just ult. Right. Pull that from Drogon, he is going to lose a shed ton of turn meter. Nasty down there, so yeah, we got the stun, lovely. Pass that to Drogon. That's a kill, cool. Didn't like the revive. Okay, let's just hit Ben again. Okay. One down. Come on, we're running out of time. We can't afford path. Okay, so here's the ult. Yeah, guess who's back? Back again. Put that on Jin. Waiting for Cal, get out. There we go. Pull that from Drogon. Ouch. Okay, aim at Ben and nuke. That's fine. 65! Full health and protection. I don't even know how I bloody managed that. Alright, let's move on. That one's got a sting. You know, if you were to watch that battle from his point of view and see how messy it was, and then last minute I get Max Banner's based off an ult, that one's got a sting. Alright. Quick heads up, I have never used this lineup on offense. In fact, I would like to just double check it. I know, that was remarkable. I mean, I think part of what I was trying to do initially, I was trying to get Zaris out so the healing immunity would go away. I think that was massive. I mean, obviously she's got revives, all that kind of stuff, but I felt like the healing immunity was what was robbing me a bit. So I think getting rid of it early enough meant that we did have a chance to get back in it, but yeah, certainly didn't see it. Attacking lead. Right. That's okay. Essentially just weighing up if there was much difference, and it's what, a couple of percentiles and maybe a couple of banners. Oh, I didn't pick a Cron for this. We've got Armor Pen, Crit Damage. Let's go with Armor Pen. Alright. But yeah, I've not actually done this, but I think... Well, I said, I haven't done in... Ooh, do I want to use this one here? I'm trying to think what team I've saved that for in the past. I have one for Jabba, but that's got potency on it. I don't know. I mean, we'll use it, but... Yeah, sorry, we'll go for crit damage. Alright, let's go. Okay, so how I did it in TW recently was I just went all in on Lord Vader. Next fastest, I'm going to stab at the darkest DCT. Oh, okay, I thought we were still on Lord Vader. Alright, we'll do that. Okay, that sucks. Oh, wow, okay, that sucks a bit more than I wanted. I was hoping Vayne would get a turn, but apparently not. Oh, wow. I'm out here. Surely. Yeah. I mean, I'll keep it. I got Scorch out, but yeah. So I think I try a Maz. Right, I'll sort that out in a second. Where's Maz? Here we go. The Relic 3 Athana is going to be horrid. Go on, we'll give that a go. Well, you can see the preload. I haven't got Foresight, so I might as well just do that. Alright, well, forfeit that. Alright, I'm going to do this here just for the fact this is fiddly. Right, pirates. I'm not too surprised that lost in the sense that it's... It's Relic 3 Athana, but still it's disappointing. Right. There was a Chron I was going to use over there on the Maz. I'm taking that off there for now. We're going to go Bo-Katan. No tanks, so that should help. We've got the... We've got that Chron there we go. Let's see if that can get through. Healer Chron, protection stats. Survive the opening salvo, we should be okay. Right, pop that there. Pop that there. Alright, poop stance. Alright, I really should have aimed that pass, to be honest. Oh, wow. Bow took a massive hit. Ugh. I'm not getting any favors here. Wow, okay. So, we're really running down the counter line now, to be honest. I mean, I'm now going to JML. Just for the simple fact that because, what's his face? Because SWGOH is out, it could be a bit easier. Right, touch of protection. No worries, MG. See you later, man. Yeah, I've got no idea. Let's give this a go. Oh wow, Raven just got ripped. Hit the sides. Al's nearly dead, and yeah, he did get a relic upgrade recently, so that is so disappointing. Okay. Just get rid of one of them. Actually, I can get rid of Apo here as well, so let's do that. Right, pass that back to JML. Right, I probably should have held the ult until Love Vader ulted, but in all honesty, I'm hoping... Never mind. I just foretold the future, so... That is so annoying. I literally pulled it as it was happening. It's like, why don't you just pause for a second and think? At least I've saved a crush.
We have a supporter here. We have a supporter. Thank you for supporting JJ's Productions. Thank you.
I'm going to be honest, right? I can't see what that was for, but thank you regardless. Yeah, my event. I've got my event feed here, and it hasn't said anything. Oh, was it a raid? Thank you, Bones. Alright, there we go. Yeah, cheers, Bones. Alright, what am I doing? I'm doing UFUs, so I've honestly got no idea what I'm actually going to do with this, so let's just see. Armor pen. Need something that I won't miss, essentially. Bit of armor pen, let's go for it. Let's just base it. Okay, I could actually go for CX2 now. At least in terms of trying to land a hit. Ugh, okay. Right, can we nuke? Apparently not. Cool, alright, that's not bad. This is gonna be nasty. Oh, wow. No mercy. I think it might have been that one I used. I mean, I did get CX2, so that's something, but... yeah, I'm on 5 attempts. This is not good. On the flip side... let's try this. Alright, this was an absolute terrible idea. Oh. That was weird. Have we had a bug fix or something? Hot fix? Alright, I'm going to go with this. Let's just see. I'll figure it. If Rex can cleanse, we should be okay here. I say cleanse at the right time. Alright, so there's the protection gone. Sweet, 25. Just took 6 teams. Alright, where's Fiverr first on this list? Really? I didn't even click on it? Right. I didn't even see the banners there. I'm putting 25, it was probably miles off that. And I know I'll put a cron in. Alright, let's save that. There we go. Let's see what the Batwall had. Or has. Great Mothers, Gungans, and Finzori. Alright. Right, that's all sorted. One quick thing before I carry on. Just curious what the banners are looking like. Because obviously I took a lot of attempts on that Love Vader, but it is my only dropped team, as it were, so I'm curious how that actually impacts the round. Alright, my max score is 1856 as things stand, which isn't good, but hopefully that does mean we've got some wiggle room. About 160 banners. Right, so my thoughts are, we go back here. Gungans. Freya could be a solid shout. As much as I would like to play around with Bad Batch, especially with that Kron, I think let's just play it safe and remove that. We'll do Seabane there. That's just massive overkill. For Maz, we're going to do Inquisitors. Oh, let me swap that in. There we go, Inquisitors. For Gungans, we're going to do Treya. For Finzori, we're going to do Old Republic. And for the Great Mothers, I think that Malgus is the best shout there. Okay. Let's go for Ahsoka next. So, I said I want to do the Great Mothers here. All right, let's go.
We have a supporter here. We have a supporter. Thank you for supporting JJ's Productions. Thank you.
I'm going to have to work out why things aren't showing on my screen, but whatever that was, thank you very much. Right, can't ignore taunt, so let's just do that to get the frenzy. Let's go for Jensen. Sweet. If we had got Ezra, we wouldn't have done that. We'd have basicked. There we go, full auto. They've gone for a tank Kron, so that could cause some issues. But hopefully we got enough to just get through her. Let me go on Twitch on my phone. Let me see if there's any info there. Patrick just then. Thank you very much. Oh, that explains it. I'm not getting messages from Twitch for some reason. There we go. Now I'm understanding it. Sorry, folks. I honestly thought I was just having a quiet night. Yeah, Phil, Lady Geek, Maul, Art Trooper. I have not been ignoring you. Well, I have been ignoring you guys, but not deliberately. Yeah, honestly, this is all I've seen. I should have realised it was just YouTube. Let me refresh this app. Yeah, doy. Dabo on YouTube, hello there. How you doing? Yeah, log in with my account. Why were you not logged in? There we go. All right. Fingers crossed, we're on now. Hello there. I can see it. Come on. Alright. Now I only feel a small divvy. Alright, we did get that win as well, so that's kind of good considering that was going on in the background. Alright, 65. Let me just have a quick look at what's been saying. So, Ray Rock, good Thirsty Thursday. Hello there to you as well. Thank you for the raid, Bones. I did spot it, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, I was amazed as well, Mol, that bow didn't work. Although I think I did mess up a bit. I definitely did with JML. And yeah, just to follow up on that with Mol, I've been doing YouTube videos for, well, since Christmas, but I thought to myself, I want to get back to live. So, yeah, this is my first one today. All right, I feel like that's me caught up. All right, let's do Sith. And was it Royal Guard? Yeah. Yeah, I was doing real YouTube bias then. Okay, stuck. Let's just... I've got to link you. Let's just link you as well. Can we get you? Not properly. That'll do. Take a swing at the queen. Go on, we'll do a drain. Seemed good timing considering what just happened. Let's do that. Sadly, I can't increase cooldowns. Yeah. Hey, Vader. And Gadabug, how you doing, both of you? There we go. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos for SWGOH. Well, I say YouTube videos. Instead of doing my streams with my GAC, I've been doing videos with my GAC. So, yeah, pretty much all of January and February I've been doing it. First one that I've done for a live stream for a while. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I had a bit of a mess here today, to be fair. Not just with the fact that I haven't seen Twitch chat until the last 5 minutes, but also the fact that I could not take down a Lord Vader for the life of me. So hopefully that little blip's gone now. Okay. All right, Raver. Let's do that just so we get the benefits of the 6 stacks, and then we can do the AoE. Go on, we'll do that. Yeah, go on, we'll do that as well for the healing immunity. Alright, death marked kicks. Don't mind if I do. You know, if someone death marks themselves, you know, it's only polite to go for them. Alright, not fond of the captive. Okay, that's Maz's Omicron, if I'm right, with Death Mark. I mean, it shouldn't impact Raver anyway, because she's immune to max health damage, but... Alright, or am I mixing that up? Yeah, I could have sworn she was resistant to Death Mark. Oh, I've just seen Hondo. Come on. Lovely. Yeah, this is taking a bit of time. And so Quigold's been a touch annoying. That's that buff called Bulwark and it Retaliate. Oof. Alright, well, we got Ithano just by attacking as we were. 60. I mean, bad banners, but we're through. Alright, last one on this wall. Let's get in Slacker. One of my little pet projects has been to take Hux' relics up. We took him to relic 7 last week. So, small upgrade for him. Got Maz to relic 7 the other day. And for the life of me, I can't remember what I'm working on now, but it definitely felt like I needed to lift a few up. I have a Datacron. I don't really have Relic 6 Bad Batch, that's the issue. Ugh. Ouch. You know, it seems so greedy, but I feel like I could do with that extra stack of ultimate, just in case. Alright, there we go. That should get the kill on Silvo. Oh, we got a couple. Ooh. Right, that actually worked quite well. Let's poke Vayne. Right, ideally we could get banners back, but I'm not getting hopeful over that idea. $64, hey, that is some banners, I'll take it. Alright, so after a mess on Lord Vader, I've been relatively consistent there. Let's deal with this wall now. We've got the Sith, we've got Treya, Scion, Nihilus, Talon, Savage. Let's knock in the Rexcron. Go. Yeah, it's something where I certainly would like to do it. Just got to kind of weigh up it when or where I can slip it in. Like the other day, I realised I need... oh, that's what I'm working on right now, Stranger. So it's like little things like that, not ignoring important units. Gotta keep working on the timeless ones versus the temporary lifted ones. Where I think if Datacrons were more than a month now, you could justify it a bit easier, but... yeah, when they're only a month, it feels like, well, let's say a month. You've got a month to farm them, a month after to use them. It just feels so small. Talking about relics in terms of Bad Batch, so the argument was more along the lines of I should be building them up, and I do agree they're a good team. But yeah, it's that thing of, do you really want to be rushing something for 2-month benefit, arguably? Yeah, I mean, if anything, that's kind of where my mindset's been struggling. There's a few of those focused datacrons I want to be working on. Ooh, that was nasty. But you feel a bit rough doing it, you know. Yeah. I mean, I had Stranger at R3. Purely because I kind of had to pause other projects. Sorry, I couldn't pause other projects to get to him. Yeah, and then I did TW this week, and it didn't really have the impact my guild leader was hoping for, so I'm kind of going, all right, I'll get him up a bit. 61. There we go. Right, next one. Yeah, it does feel like they are just a little bit too demanding, if anything, now for the short-term benefit. I mean, I'm not against the idea of crons being like short-term, but I feel like you need to give more access to them then, because it's like right now, I've only got this one, the Omega one. But if we're talking about like the normal ones, I've got them all FDC maxed, and I'm working on Vaders. But when you think that's 3, and we're what, 10? Not 10, sorry. No, yeah, 10 days, aren't we, into the FDC farming, sorry, the Datacron farming period. You know, it ain't good, I know. But I can only go as fast as I can. At least without whaling. Yeah, I think that's the key thing. It's a bit like I know for myself, I feel like I'm always having to sort of go back and just work on things. It's like TW, I really want to be moving the needle there where I can, just so I'm chipping in more. But, you know, you can't neglect that TW. Give me a turn. Okay, attack a Cron. I'll admit, I've not had issues with this counter. Well, at least I haven't had to use the revive, let's phrase it like that. So, altogether, that just scared me. It looks like we're okay, but... just a touch awkward. There we go. 65. You spent so much time focused getting PK Ondo, raid teams up, A13.5. It's a good score, that. It's nice to have all the prereqs done for journeys behind me so I can go back and start focusing in. That's how I'm feeling right now, to be honest. I haven't got any farms that I absolutely must be doing. You know, it's like Everton's just touching up teams that have maybe been falling behind or neglected. You know, and in a lot of ways that is really nice. But on the flip side, it's like, well, there's so much to do, it feels almost overwhelming. You know, what was once decent at R5 now needs to go into R7. You know, on paper, that's not bad. You know, it's 2 relic levels, but when you've got 300 characters in the roster, it feels pretty bad. You know, it's like, again, with Mole there saying about Bad Batch. My entire new batch team is relic 5, so taking them all to R7, it's not bad, but it's not the simplest of upgrades either. Yeah, I need to do the same there as well. They've been on my favourites for like, what I feel like 6 months. Just check your GAC, 11 holds from the new Focus Datacron, 7 on the Ventress, Bounty on Steam, 3 on Stranger, 1 on the Wookiees. I'm not surprised at the Wookiees, I think a lot of people will sleep on them, but yeah, GG's on the other 2 as well. I was hoping Ventress would be good. Well, I say hoping as if she hasn't been, but yeah, I didn't have luck today, but I haven't got Zetas or Omicrons on her. Again, that's what I'm struggling with. I haven't got all the materials I need. Okay, let's get Malgus in here to wrap this one up. I mean, okay, right, you can't have everything. just to be clear, I'm not being a whiny so-and-so, being like, oh, I want the best of everything. You know, I'm a not free to play up, but I'm not a spender. You know, I spend on the pass and that's it, pretty much. So, you know, I don't expect the best things, but it's still one of those where it's like, it feels like we're being asked to farm a lot right now. And it's more just to keep up rather than anything else. Yeah, I completely agree. That's a good call. I mean, I personally would like to do that. I've got 3 pirates at R9 that I can use in the raid, but other than that, they are R7. At 13.5, you're doing great. I mean, I'm 13.9 right now, so I'm only a little bit ahead. And like I say, I'm not completely free to play here. Yeah, we're still okay. No, I've been playing since 2018. So, a little bit behind. It is 10 years, yeah. That was the anniversary this year. For me, it's, 8? So, I wasn't that far behind launch. I came in just after Jedi Knight Revan came into the game. Which does seem crazy when you think to me, it still feels like yesterday, that, but yeah, 8 years, damn. I still remember both Ravens dominating the meta. I'm a little worried about Malgus here. He's taken quite a few hits, and I'm not sure how many more he's got in him. I mean, I wasn't around for that meta, but I've heard about it. It's like when you hear about, like, Faze and Wiggs being dominant in the meta, and I'm like, wow, they were spooky times. Or Darth Maul meta. Yeah, that was definitely before me. I actually did buy shards for Stormtrooper Troop before I realised it was not a good deal. But I am glad I got onto looking at YouTube videos. I will give CG their due, by the way. You know, the likes of Arnold Mobile Gamer, they did have a little go at CG, I'm sure, at one point, for saying that they didn't really do much to promote them. I actually found their channels via the game. So, you know, they were promoted a fair bit. I think the one I remember seeing in game was Arnold's farming guide video where he had like a farmer's hat on the thumbnail. People dropping major money to get the first to unlocking with the Revens, I'm assuming that. Oh, that was Stormtrooper. Right. I had heard about tournaments being scummy, or at least, you know, not free to play friendly. It's why Coliseum has those vibes, I would imagine. You know, basically who can climb to the top of the pay to play leaderboard. Fun times. Ooh. Okay. So, Levy Mirror, Prof on Negotiator, and... What are we going to do with you? Maybe we do Executrix? But like this, I don't know if Home 1 can do... Actually, yeah, I bet it can do Negotiator. All right, so we do Levy Mirror, Home 1 on Negotiator, and we do Prof on Home 1. I think that's all right, isn't it? What was it like when the first Galactic Legends were introduced? A little bit crazy, to be honest, because it wasn't really a good time in like if you're talking about content creators and like the player base's reaction to it all, it wasn't particularly great because we'd just come off the back of Relics coming into the game, and at the time people were not that hyped about Relics. If you look at it now, people don't give a damn about them, but at the time it was like, oh, this is power creep beyond belief. And when you're essentially creating an event that was, oh yeah, take all these 13, 14, 15 characters up to Relics, people didn't really like it. Add in the fact that the GL events were not that great. So yeah, it was a very rough time, those first two, for Ray and Supreme Leader Kylo. I mean, I think they've improved them. That's the big thing. They've improved the events as they've gone along with for the GLs, you know, especially recently with the no cost for tickets kind of thing, you know, you don't lose your tickets. But yeah, those first couple, people really didn't like them. Plus the GLs themselves, really overpowered compared to everything else. I mean, you had your off-meta counters. Like I remember Darth Revan being able to do... Darth Revan was able to counter Supreme Leader Kylo if he had Thrawn and... I can't remember if it was GBA or Set in the team. And it was kind of good, but now it wouldn't even get anywhere near it because Thrawn got nerfed so he couldn't fracture GLs. So yeah, things like that. Yeah, it did suck. I mean, if you go through some of my old videos, you probably see an instance or two of that. But yeah, it wasn't fun. I mean, I think this is why the community had a big mentality of, right, let the people who've got the big accounts the ability to spend the way through it. Let them learn the strategy and then everyone else just copies it. And I do agree that was probably the best strat for a lot of people. I always tried to go into events blind because I didn't want to feel like I was just copying someone else's strategy. But yeah, in practice, it is the way to do it. Just see what else someone else has done, learn the correct strat, then go forward. I've got to just say, that makes me sad. Home 1 used to be my best fleet. Now it is second last, just ahead of Holdo and Radus. Alright, let's get these in the correct places. So... I don't know if I need 3. I know we can beat Malevolence. Give it a go. I come back to the game in December. I like GLs a lot. Big quest to get the requirements and then figuring out how to get through the battles. Then you get these super OP characters that are fun to play. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that perspective of it. I think they have refined the process. You know, I think if they'd have kept it as it was on launch, there would have been more problems than they probably warrant as a mechanic. But thankfully, they seem to have learned what works and what doesn't. Right, let's just do that. Okay, touch rough. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Daze blows a bit there. Let's just heal up Biggs. Yeah, we lose Bist in the air back. Oh no, just Ungen. Alright, messy, but we did get through that in one. Against Exacta. I've heard about that, but I haven't seen the video of it since I saw I'm forgetting his name, Gerbil. I remember when I saw Gerbil do it after B-Wing's release. I haven't seen it since, but yeah, it looks like one of those good ones. Yeah, it's why I bought it on offense. I mean, for a lot of the last few seasons, I have had triple meta on offense, and there was a point when I was thinking, well, why? You know, I feel like I'm just giving people a free pass on my fleet, so I thought, let's try home one on offense, see what it does, and that's been doing all right. You know, it's obviously got a limit, but it's not that bad if it's got a limit. Just got your 2.7 run with your Jedi Vanguard on first try. Hey, nice one. I'll tell you what, when you get a raid run go perfect, it does feel good when there's usually RNG. I'm from Stoke-on-Trent in England. Levy Mirror, that was it, wasn't it? I always think to myself when I say Stoke-on-Trent, I feel like I'm encouraging people to get out like the map or something. Yeah. Oddly enough, London is somewhere I've never been. Well, okay, correction. I've never been there recreationally, I should say. I've been there like for a football match or two. Yeah, two in London. And I went there once for some sort of, I don't even know what you'd call it, like a self-help seminar. Yeah, blame my high school for that one. I was going to say a taunt would be welcome. I suppose if you got a bit of time to do it, it's pretty decent. I mean, it never feels like a place that I got a reason to sort of go to recreationally. You know, like I say, I've been for a football match there, so I get a bus to the ground and then travel home. So you never see anything except for maybe bits of traffic. Well, it would be nice to go there one time for just have a bit of explore. Let's do that. That is a bit of a bummer when you get something and a counter to it comes straight out. That is very rough. I'm going to say, if you're a photographer, London is definitely a field day. Without going, I feel like that's a safe assumption. I mean, I feel like where I am, it's not that scenic, but I bet there's a few nice spots. Remember a couple of years ago, they did a thing about what was good about the city, and I can't remember what was pointed out at the time, but it was nice just seeing this little piece that went a bit national, sort of talking about the pros of Stoke-on-Trent. I was like, as a city, we do put ourselves down a little bit, you know, like we're not like very... We're on a place that sort of stands out, shall we say. So, yeah, it's nice when something bigs us up a bit. think that's it. And if you can find a way of utilizing something like the TIE bomber, it's a very sneaky way of getting around it. I think if TIE bomber got nerfed in any way, it would upset the meta in a few matchups. It's just one of those very useful utility ships. Like if I saw a profundity on defense, that'd be my first thought, right? Where's my TIE bomber? Alright, we can do the ult. And can we knock this out? Sweet. The first time it happens, it's definitely good. I mean, I know for myself, I was always grateful when I got into a shard. We got the win, by the way, 1801. But yeah, I think when you're on your own, it feels very tense, I think might be the word. Like, I don't... actually, last year, people will remember there was someone who was taking my #1 spot during my payout. And that got me tense, because it's like, you don't want to lose crystals every day. You know, you kind of set up a system with people to say, all right, if I'm at #1 at this time, don't hit me. You know, and it can feel a bit shoddy when that happens, you know, when you lose 100 or so crystals because someone just knocks you out of place. So, yeah, it's definitely nice when you're actually able to first get in there, because it kind of shows you're able to hit #1 and people are like, okay, go on, we'll leave you be. Oh! Hadn't seen the time. Rip crystals. Should have seen mine go the other day. By the way, CG, nice quality of life improvement, thank you. I was just weighing up. The only thing I really want to do right now is Colosseum, which blows a little bit here, but I don't want to do my dailies yet. I mean, if I just back out a minute, my guild refresh time is 3 hours away. So I've started getting into a habit where 11:30 for me, I go on and spend all my energy so that it's then done for the day. But, yeah, it's a little bit awkward. I feel like TB's got to have some improvement down the line. I don't know what they might do, but I feel like there's got to be some form of improvement, because it just takes too long. That's the short and curlies of it. Yeah, it's definitely good if you're able to get there free to play as well. I mean, I had a free to play account for the longest time, and I always felt good when I was able to get first there without people helping me. Yeah, it's all about sort of being able to keep on top of your farms there, isn't it, Ray? I mean, I feel like when there was something that was a day one release, like Leviathan, for argument's sake, where it's like, okay, you're going to get people who get 7 stars straight away. And then people like myself, I'm like, even if I'm going as efficiently as I can, I'm still going to be behind because I haven't been able to whale. That's when it gets a little bit rough. But, hey, it's the nature of the game. Oof, okay, that was a bit rough. That was probably a waste of the blind. He likes that rock. Alright, we got some goodies at least. No upgrades though. Alright, here's a silly question. If I do 5 mob challenges, will that give me both of them? Hey, that's not bad. At least if you want double dip and save your energy. Alright, so that's Era Currency, Droid Brains, Episode Currency, Doohickeys, Era Currency, Episode Currency, and one away from these things that are worthless to me. Yay. Again, I completely get what the purpose is, the for catch-up mechanics, but when they came out, I was like, you know what, okay, I don't mind it. Karatech's Karatech, it's good. You know, I'm not complaining about Karatech. But the issues become that, say, Stormtrooper Luke. Actually, let's go to Yoda and Chewie. I've got 2,500 of these. And it kind of proves my point. I can't even find someone who needs the other one. Here we go. I've got 1,582 of the shock prods. It'd be safe to say I've got enough Karatech to take a character up to Gear 13 now. Or straight to Gear 12, you know. Gear 13 as far as the Karatech anyway. And it's just one of those where you're like, I feel like those Lightspeed tokens could do with giving more things, you know, just a bit more variety. It's like this. I did the droid one. I think I gave mine to L3 purely because L3 needed a Zeta more than any of these did. And these are the ones that you get in the store, and I'm like, I love my Ewoks, but I don't need to do Alder, at least at the cost of buying one of these. Consular doesn't need R5. Is that Engineer? Yeah, it's a Jawa. Talia, I don't need R5. Supports. I mean, Bodhi arguably could justify an R5 for ships. Chopper as well, just for Raver battles. GBA. I feel like those two could justify the R5 here. B2 could. Juhani could. There's a few there that would arguably benefit him, but I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, they're already R1. You don't want to spend 5,000 era currency on just doing that. Yeah, and then what, Death Trooper? Sabine? Oh, Candy. Candy's probably worth R5. But yeah, bottom line, I don't get much value out of them. It's a shame. And I know I'm not the only one. People are probably having similar issues, but just a bit of a shame. Yeah, exactly. That's me. They just get dismantled straight away. It'd just be nice if there was more from them, you know. But again, I get it. They don't really want you to be doing more with them. Alright, we didn't get the blind there. I know it isn't the way forward, but there is a bit of me that wonders if in Colosseum they could just allow us to use maxed out abilities or something. It feels like that's part of the problem, that we're kind of playing with incomplete kits. Like, I honestly haven't got a clue how good these are going to be, and I don't think anyone does. Oh, it's intentional for sure. I mean, it's like when you look at these things, right? We max this out, like, you know, it says, target enemy is not undermined them for 1 turn. Pull loot in which we can't. Revitalize our allies gain offense up for 2 turns, which we don't really want in that situation, we just add. They gain speed but lose crit avoidance and crit chance, plus can't gain bonus turn meter. Actually, that's not too bad at the end, because with the Yotasu we just faced, I'm sure it gains turn meter on buffs, but if it can't gain turn meter, then it negates. Bang on the money, Kada. I mean, it is weird because last time it felt better at the end. That's what I can say. You know, even though we got a bunch of disjointed tunes, at the end it did feel worthwhile. You know, well, maybe not worthwhile. That's probably over-egging it, but I was like, okay, at least I'm kind of getting the hang of using these characters. You know, I know what their abilities are. I know what they're doing. It felt more impactful than doing marquees, for instance. But it kind of felt pointless because, and it demonstrates with these era battles we've had, that the mechanics are just not the same as what we had in Colosseum. You know, Stormtrooper Luke in Colosseum, he could like heal up the whole team, whereas in the era battle, he just heals himself. You know, it's things like that that just irk. That was probably a bad example, by the way. I probably should use Varys or something, but you get my point. You know, the synergies are all gone. You know, and again, they improved it with this iteration of Colosseum, having Rebel Fighters here and then ISB next, but I don't know. It just feels like they've messed around with it a bit. Is it, you talking about Valia? Oh, the Clio one, sorry. Pull Luton and another random Rebel Fighter ally to assist, then Claire assists. Okay, so essentially you feel like the offense up is 1 turn instead of 2 turns. Right. Well, to be honest, I'm looking at the max here, so we reduce it. It is offense up for 1 turn. So that's where I am right now. It's just offense up. And to be honest, if it was a level lower, it wouldn't even be there. So that explains it. I was just looking at level 8 then. But yeah, level 3 where I am, it's just 1 turn. I don't know, but feel like something like this, or the whole undermine mechanic, it's got to kick in soon with the Colosseum. Okay, I'll correct myself. It hasn't got to, but I hope it does. Like, we know Cassian's kit. We know he's got a load of it in there. Suppose the argument is that player gives the offense up out, and someone takes a turn and then it goes, because that is 1 turn. It's not 1 turn for Claire, it's 1 turn for the people who have the buff into it. Alright. I don't know who would be online now. I'm not usually streaming at this time, so let's see. I can see Tass. From there, it's honestly... yeah, there's a fair few I don't know. Then there's Nooch, Rabid Beaver. Yeah, honestly, let's go to Rabid Beaver just for the simple fact that I know he's had a mention already in the chat today. Alright, quick thank yous. I had a... well, hang on, that was the last stream, but we'll just say it again. Thank you for the resub, Kada. We had a raid from Bones, and we've had a follow from Ardrick. So thank you very much. Let's get this raid launched. Alright. Plan is now to be back tomorrow night. We'll do round 2. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you then, folks. Let's get the raid launched properly. Okay, bye for now.